For millions of years, the American alligator has ruled South Florida without a rival. 2,000 pounds of bite force, a death roll that tears prey apart. Then in 2005, a 13-foot Burmese python swallowed a 6-foot gator in the Everglades, and both turned up dead. These two apex predators now clash on dry land across South Florida, and what actually decides the winner is something most people never consider. October 2005, Everglades National Park. Park biologists find the body of a 13-foot Burmese python split wide open, the legs and tail of a 6-foot American alligator jutting from the rupture. The snake's head is missing. The scene is not a myth or a legend, but a documented collision between two of the Everglades' largest predators. For millions of years, the American alligator has been the region's undisputed heavyweight, a native reptile that can top 1,000 pounds and reach lengths of 16 feet. Its bite force measures over 2,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush bone in a single snap. But the Burmese python is a newcomer, released or escaped from the exotic pet trade in the 1980s. These snakes now number in the tens of thousands across South Florida. They grow fast, sometimes reaching over 20 feet, and hunt by stealth and constriction, not by bite. The National Park Service, tracking this ecological invasion, has recorded how the python spread is rewriting the rules for every animal in the Everglades, including the alligator. On dry land, without the cover of water or the advantage of ambush, these two apex predators face each other on more equal terms. The alligator brings crushing jaws and brute force. The python, a flexible body built for squeezing the life out of anything it can coil around. The question is no longer hypothetical. When native meets invasive and bite meets squeeze, which side would you bet on? Across the tangled wetlands and dry islands of South Florida, alligators and Burmese pythons now cross paths with growing frequency. These encounters are not just a matter of size or brute strength, they are battles between two fundamentally different killing systems. The American alligator is armed with a jaw that can deliver a bite force measured between 2,125 and nearly 3,000 pounds per square inch. This pressure is enough to crush bone instantly, and when combined with a powerful clamp and the infamous death roll, the alligator can dismember or incapacitate large prey in a matter of seconds. The Burmese python, by contrast, relies on a different approach. Its bite is weak, typically just 6 to 32 pounds per square inch, barely enough to hold on to struggling prey. But the python's true weapon is its body. With a single rapid coil, it can wrap around an animal and squeeze with enough force to stop a heart in under a minute. The pressure from its muscular loops cuts off blood flow, leading to circulatory collapse long before suffocation sets in. What unfolds in these confrontations is not a simple contest of muscle or mass. The alligator's jaws are designed for explosive, fatal trauma. The python's coils for relentless, silent pressure. On land, where neither animal holds an absolute advantage, the outcome depends on which weapon lands first and whether the terrain allows for a decisive strike. In the Everglades, this is not a straightforward story of predator and prey, but a test of two evolutionary strategies meeting on shifting ground. In water, the American alligator rules as an ambush predator. Its entire body is built for sudden violence beneath the surface, broad snout, armored hide, and a jaw that can slam shut with over 2,000 pounds of pressure. The alligator waits motionless, barely a ripple betraying its presence, then explodes forward with a burst of speed that few animals can match. In this element, the Burmese python is at a disadvantage. The snake's constriction depends on leverage and stable ground, but water robs it of both. Here, the alligator's bite is decisive. A single snap can fracture bone or sever the spine, often before the python has a chance to react. In these encounters, the python's size and strength matter less than its vulnerability to a weapon evolved for aquatic ambush. The contest in water is not balanced. The alligator's killing system works as designed, and the python is left exposed. On dry ground, the contest between alligator and python turns into something far less predictable. The alligator, so dominant in water, loses the element of surprise. Its body, built for sudden lunges, can only manage a short sprint before exhaustion sets in. Once that burst of speed fades, the alligator's heavy frame becomes a burden, its stamina drops, and its ability to maneuver sharply declines. The python, meanwhile, is not slowed by the absence of water. Its method, wrapping and squeezing, relies on leverage, not on ambush or speed. On land, a python of equal size can coil and constrict with full force, unimpeded by slippery banks or shifting currents. The fight becomes a test of which animal can gain the upper hand first. The alligator's jaws still promise instant trauma if they connect, but a missed strike means trouble. If the python manages to latch on, its coils can cut off circulation within a minute. Here, brute force meets endurance. Explosive power faces relentless pressure. The old assumption that the alligator always wins no longer holds. The question now demands real evidence. When these predators clash on solid ground, does the native always triumph? Or can the invader rewrite the rules? January 2018, Naples, Florida. Near the 10th hole of a manicured golf course, witnesses capture a scene that quickly spreads across news outlets. An American alligator gripping the tail of a Burmese python. The two locked in a silent struggle on the grass. The alligator's jaws clamp down, while the python's muscular body twists and coils, each animal wielding its evolutionary weapon. The photographs taken by Richard Nadler and shared widely show neither animal backing down. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission later confirms what the images suggest. These encounters are not rare. Both sides can become predator or prey, and the outcome is far from certain. Since 2005, field teams and local residents have recorded dozens of similar clashes across South Florida. In canal after canal, alligators are spotted dragging limp pythons through the water, sometimes swallowing them whole, sometimes leaving battered remains on the banks. Videos from 2024 and 2025, including the viral Godzilla alligator footage, reinforce what biologists now accept. These battles are routine, not exceptional. The pattern is clear. When sizes match, the fight is brutal, and neither species holds a guaranteed edge. August 2025 brings another headline-grabbing confrontation near the Shark Valley Observation Tower. A 9-foot alligator seizes a 7-foot python, biting and shaking the snake as onlookers record the struggle. The python lashes back, but the alligator's jaws prove decisive. Park volunteers and wildlife crews document the aftermath. The python's body, partially consumed, disappears beneath the surface. This is not a one-off anomaly, but a data point in a growing record of predator-predator conflict. Ian Bartoszek, a leading field biologist with the Conservancy of Southwest Florida, has tracked these interactions for years. His team loses 1 to 2 tagged research pythons each year to alligator predation, a number that hints at the true scale of these encounters. But Bartoszek is quick to clarify. Pythons have also killed alligators. Size and initiative decide most outcomes, not species alone. The evidence now points to a simple truth. On land, the winner is the animal that lands the first effective strike, and the contest is anything but predictable. When the evidence is weighed, the rules of engagement between python and alligator become sharply defined. A large alligator, one that outsizes its opponent by several feet, can end a land fight quickly. Its bite, topping 2,000 pounds per square inch, delivers instant trauma. Once the jaws clamp down, the python rarely escapes. Most documented cases with a clear size mismatch show the alligator as the winner, dragging the snake away or swallowing it outright. But when the matchup is close, when a python meets an alligator of similar length and mass, the outcome is anything but certain. If the python manages to strike first and lock in a full coil, it can cut off circulation in less than a minute. Field biologists and wildlife officials, including those at the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, avoid giving a universal answer. Instead, they point to 2 critical variables: relative size and which animal lands the first effective strike. On solid ground, neither side holds a permanent advantage. The contest is far closer than most would expect, and the outcome can flip in an instant. The old assumption of alligator dominance gives way to a new reality. On land, the winner is decided by inches, timing, and luck. Right now, every new python encounter in the Everglades rewrites the balance of power. On dry land, certainty vanishes, victory hinges on size, position, and a split-second strike. Would you bet on ancient muscle or invasive stealth? Subscribe for more evidence-driven wildlife showdowns.